Hi, and welcome to this tutorial on Introduction to SQL with MySQL. First, I'm going to give you a quick introduction to SQL, and then we are going to install the necessary tools and write our first SQL query. Let's jump in and get started. Let's begin by understanding what SQL is. SQL, which stands for Structured Query Language, is a programming language designed for managing and manipulating relational databases. It looks like this. SQL allows you to interact with databases, retrieve data, modify records, and perform various operations efficiently. We are going to learn everything about this powerful language in the upcoming videos. Now, there are many different relational database management systems out there. Some of the most popular ones are MySQL, SQL Server by Microsoft, and Oracle. Of course, there are plenty more out there. In this course, we'll be using MySQL, which is the most popular open source database management system. So, the main difference between SQL and MySQL is SQL is a standard language for managing relational databases. So, all the relational databases we mentioned earlier use SQL for their operations. Meanwhile, MySQL is a relational database management system that uses SQL as its language for interacting with databases. Before we dive into the practical aspect, let's make sure we have the necessary tools installed on our systems. We will need to install MySQL. So open your browser and head over to mysql.com. Then go to the downloads page. Now here, scroll down to the bottom. We are going to use MySQL Community Edition, which is free. So let's go with this. So here, you should see something like MySQL installer for Windows. So click on this. Alright, here download the second installer here. On the next page, scroll down and click on no thanks, just start my download. Otherwise, you have to create an account on login, which is unnecessary for following this course. So let's go with this. Your file will start downloading. It will take a while. Now when it's downloaded, run it or open it. Right, we are going to use this setup wizard to install MySQL on our computer. This is very simple. All you have to do is to click next, but there are a couple of places where you need to enter a password. Let me show you. So on the first page for the setup type, we are going to use developer default setup. Go to the next page. So here are the products that are going to get installed: MySQL Server and the rest. So click on execute. Now this is going to take a while, so I'm going to pause the recording. Alright, all the products are installed successfully. Let's go to the next page. And again, here on the group replication page, also click on next. And the next page, which is about networking, leave on default settings. So let's go to the next page. Now we should set a password for the root or the admin user. So click on next. And in this box, type a password for the admin user. This is the password you will be using to connect to the server. So don't forget it. And then let's go to the next page. Once again, leave all the default settings and click on next and execute one more time. And now let's finish the installation. Once again, we have to click on next and then finish. And one more time. Now here is the page where you need to enter the admin password. So the page is called connect to server. You can see the username is root, which represents the admin user. So in this box, enter the password that you entered earlier. Then click on check. Okay, connection was successful. Let's go to the next page and click on execute and finish. There you go. We have one more step. After all these steps, the installation is complete. Now this is going to start MySQL Workbench, which is the graphical tool we use to manage our databases and run SQL queries. Now the first time you open this page, by default, you should see a connection here. Now we click on this connection to connect to our database server. Enter the password and click on OK. Alright, so here is the interface that you'll be using. On the left side, we have the navigation panel. When you have any database in your system, it will appear here. In the middle, we have the query editor, which we can resize. This is where we are going to write our SQL queries. And on the right side, we have SQL additions. That's it. You now have MySQL installed on your system and you are ready to start working with SQL. We'll be using the console also. So go to the start menu and search for command client, open it, type your root password and you are connected. We will be writing our queries here in the console. So subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell icon to get notified when new videos are uploaded. Next, I'm going to show you how to create the databases for this course. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.